Hello everyone, and welcome back to Death Battle Animation Analysis. As always, I'm Sam.
And good morning, my name is Immortal.
And here we are going to be covering Wile Coyote versus Tomcat. This was the winner of the previous ballot, if I recall correctly, Tournament of Champions.
Yeah, yet Kratos versus Asura happened first.
Kratos versus Asura was on both of the polls, and it got second place twice, and it happened before this one.
I get that's due to like certain circumstances.
Yeah, because like originally, Tom vs. Wily was promised like before the whole like Rooster Teeth shutdown and all that.
And hey, Rooster Teeth is back, and they lost everything that kind of made it worth watching Rooster Teeth.
Yeah, like Red versus Blue is done. Ruby's with Viz, and Death Battle's independent now. That's yeah.
What do you even watch Rooster Teeth for? Achievement Hunter? That's a thing they do, right? That's not like a machine.
Yeah, I think it's I don't remember. I'd have to check, but oh well. Anyways.
Why do you have versus highlighted?
Oh, whoops. They can't see that on OBS, but for some reason I think I accidentally clicked the mouse while I was like moving over to OBS. Anyways, with that said, let's get into the episode. Can I say, I had the biggest smile on the face when I heard those opening notes for the track. Like, God, Tom and Jerry was my childhood, and hearing that opening theme in this new style was just, God, I love Tom and Jerry.
I don't think I ever really grew up on Tom and Jerry. I think, if anything, I watched Looney Tunes, if only because it was on late night, yet not after dark, Teletoon.
Yeah.
It was what they showed before transitioning to late night Teletoon.
Was it Teletoon Retro specifically? I think that's the one they show Looney Tunes on, because like they have a specific brand. They used to have a specific time slot for like older cartoons.
I think it might have been Teletoon Retro. I don't know what that. It was from like I think 8 to 9 p.m.
I think it was Teletoon Retro. God, I feel so fucking old.
Hey, I'm older than you.
Back to this. I think it's really funny that the house is moving on the truck. That's just the kind of goofy ass scenario you'd see for like a old cartoon.
I mean, this is a real thing that happens.
Yeah.
Must ask.
Yeah, I love they do the Roadrunner, the Wile E. Coyote Roadrunner, like, fake Latin scientific names. And, like, yeah. Most asshole Luke. Asshole Luke. I don't know how to say that rest. The cat, Felis Catus Perpetuus Victimus.
Perpetual victim.
I think the funny thing is, I recognize where Jerry's... because they're, like, keeping in with the old cartoon, they're using, like, stock audio instead of the original voice acting. Like, I recognize this Jerry laugh from a specific Tom and Jerry episode.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah, it was like involved a baby seal, if I recall correctly, just stealing Tom's fish, and Jerry thought it was funny as shit. And greater runner.
Meepus. Schmuckus.
Yeah, that laugh specifically is from the... Have you seen the clip where he's like, in me power?
I have not.
Aw, darn.
Again, I didn't really grow up with Tom.
And then, hey, they have the fight. They brought back fights somehow.
Wow.
I will say, I do like how Jerry and Roadrunner just book it like this. Like, Jerry has the hat as like, saying bye-bye with the hat. Like, you'd see him do that in a couple of old cartoons when he gets away from Tom in some episodes.
Neat.
Oh, hey, you can see, look at the painting on the top left.
Oh, it's Simone. Right?
Yeah, it is. There's a couple other things too on the shelf. Like you can see,
I see Ash.
Yeah, you see Ash on the right, and there's
and there's Kyle from South Park and Simon the Chipmunk.
Yeah, we got Simone versus Kyle up there. We got Kyle versus Simon here. And I really do like they brought back the sign. They're using the sign gag for Wile E. Coyote to converse. Can I say I love Tom's expression here? He just looks so done. It's perfect.
Just like absolutely done with this shit.
And like,
of course, you gotta get that scream in there.
They have the iconic Tom scream.
Of course, you got the fight cloud.
And that's another thing I also do like from old cartoons is when sometimes when a character gets punched in the face, it just like sinks in like that.
Is that a TARDIS?
Oh yeah, it is the TARDIS over there. Yeah, I like how right when he realizes, he realizes, oh, he knows what's about to happen. Hey, look what's up in the right there.
Holy shit, a chest. I never would have noticed that. Thank you for pointing that out.
Probably that chest is something from Amphibia, if I recall correctly. It's been a while since I
I think that's...
Was it Owl House? I don't remember which one. I do know it's a Lausanne hint, though. That's what people have said. But it's like been a while since I've watched either show, so it's like not coming back to me right now.
I haven't watched either show to begin with. All I know is that Amphibia has a Gravity Falls, like, reference.
Like, and then we also have Among Us Brawl, guys. Oh yeah, really minor detail I do like about when Tom scrambles over the couch. He leaves scratch marks.
Yeah. Of course, he had to get World War II in there somehow.
Yeah, I like how it's like, it's one of those like, they've done this in like old cartoons too, where they take like mundane situations and like turn it into like a legit battlefield for the sake of comedy.
Come on, you apes! You wanna live forever!
I like how they use like another like random stock audio clip because Tom's and Jerry sometimes they just have like, they just take random audio expressions from other like movies and stuff and just make them say it to make it funny.
Is that trebuchet or catapult?
Wait, what's the difference now that I think about it?
I'm gonna look this up, actually.
I think
What's the difference between dementia and Alzheimer's? I don't know why that autofilled.
That's a bit concerning, YouTube auto search.
No, I'm looking it up on Google.
Oh,
Get a
Google auto search.
fucking way, yeah. The primary component is that makes a trebuchet unique compared to a traditional catapult is its sling. The sling rotates around the arm, adding a second fulcrum and an additional mechanical advantage. This allows trebuchets to launch their payload way further and with more force than a traditional catapult.
Oh, so this is just catapult then?
I'll look up just to ensure this is. Yeah, it's a catapult.
There we go, Jack. And I do like they did the like potion making thing because Tom has done this in some cartoons too. Oh, and that's another thing I really love. Him just walking on only his toes like that. You see that a lot in old cartoons when someone's trying to be sneaky.
Mm. And the sound effect to accompany it.
Yeah. Like, this is another really funny scene I found. It's like Wile puts the big fat lady bomb on the catapult, but then he just decides to pull out a bomb separate from it for just seemingly no reason. And like before Tom can even slam him, it instantly explodes.
Damn.
It's just one of those like silly things here and there that you just gotta love from old cartoons.
It is fun to see like Tom get like sort of hit by Wile unintentionally because this is clearly a fuck up.
Yeah.
Tom there, just the way he looks.
Yeah, just. I think that's directly based on like a similar scene from the original cartoons. Like the face is familiar, but I'd have to go back and like search endlessly for it. But yeah, I love this. Yeah, that's another old cartoon trick where the characters get covered in soot after an explosion, and then you have like the rattling effect when they shake it off. And playing.
I guess that looks a bit awkward because of the lack of drop shadow, but I get that's the entire fucking joke.
Yeah, they did that a lot in the old cartoons too, where it's like, Wile's like.
That. I know you don't have to explain every old cartoon reference. I'm just saying this looks a bit awkward, even though I get what it's referencing. How'd that kill him 9 times?
I was like, this one does feel like a bit of a cop-out, where it just kills 8 of his lives, just like this. I think it would have worked better if he lost the actual lives as the fight went on. It would like increase the tension like significantly that way.
Yeah.
Like, adding to the comedy, can I say I love how the single crate, all that was there was the bottle. Like
average Amazon packaging.
Yeah. Like, once again, I do like how Tom's using Wile's own stuff against him, and it actually works for him. If Wile drank it, you know it would have probably screwed him over. Going to like...
Oh, coming up is one of the actual parts that made me genuinely laugh.
Yeah. Also, what were we doing? Can I talk about? I love how they just the road turns into carpet.
Here, so they take a minute to breathe.
Yeah, the music just stops and just. And this one, I think. Can I just say probably the funniest? This upcoming set scene is probably the funniest part of the episode.
It got a chuckle out of me.
Classic tunnel gag.
Twice.
Like the laugh, going to the stock audio, I also recognize specifically where this laugh is from. It's from the specific Tom and Jerry Mouse Trouble, where Tom's pretending to laugh at a book to trick Jerry.
And then how he counters that by just drawing a real-ass fucking truck.
It's like, it works, but then he remembers he's also on the road. They almost get out. Now we get to.
Alright.
Hold on, let me go
My
back to
favorite
the
one
40s.
here. Hold on. My favorite one here. Guys, Thor just got faster.
just the Sonic face and the Flash there. Then you also have like the Goomba versus Hot Dog.
Ranking all my friends tier list debauchery.
You should subscribe to Uncle Larry Funny Moments.
Ben Singer versus Chad James is not close.
Then we got like I also do like there's also just then heavily the Goomba versus Hot Dog Mario versus solo leveling. It's just every single view. And you also like
the 10th Columbo reference, Columbo ASMR to watch Wile E. Coyote versus Tom Cat 2. What the hell?
And then you also like the YouTube bit here is also of funny bit is like it has there's like infinity views 0 seconds ago. It's like a lot. It's like non-smiley face. I think my favorite one is honestly the live chat replay where it says it doesn't say see what comments were like there. It just see what other matchups were suggested for videos while this was live, because yes, that is how the live chat always goes.
Damn. He just hits him with it again.
And there's this, like, of course we have the falling gravity joke, and God, can I say the impact frame when Wile gets hit is called, look at him, just squish.
I like that a lot, like those combos here.
Yeah, just he's like, he just does like the zoom in on the tablet.
This is. Let me check.
He puts on the glasses too.
Yeah, Danielle in Lord, Tom is 53 years old.
And then just a terrifying scream. And now just the last bit of the fight here is just smashing the sign.
Now Wiley's doing it to Tom.
I'll say something I think that's really neat is the signs don't just disintegrate upon being hit. Like the broken parts of the sign can be seen down there, and the what is it? The picket part is still in the hand, and he puts it down to pull out another sign. And God, the Tom's like angry pose here. That's directly from some of the older cartoons too. He's just, it's just so good. Or just to like add to the classical cartoon feel, just tiny umbrella.
Blood.
No. You see, no, that's according to the animator. That was just ketchup.
And according to Liam, no, it's blood.
and then Louise quote retweeted again. No, it's actually ketchup.
But then that means Tom didn't die, and therefore the fight isn't over.
Wile E. Coyote, super genius.
Okay, but how come we don't get to see Tom in hell getting his lives back? So he can continue the fight.
But like, yeah, and then like, I do like how they haven't talked since he actually won. With this whole vow of silence deal, it's good. And the way it's just, they end it with the classic "That's all, folks," and then the circle instead of just cutting it straight to like that.
KO!
So okay, what frame should I leave it paused on? I also kind of want to put it in Tom laughing at him after he slammed into the. I want to leave it here, honestly. This is good.
Yeah, that's fine.
Yeah, so... Okay, things to say about the episode.
So anyways, that's all the reasons why this episode sucks.
Okay, buddy.
That's a joke, that's a joke, that's a joke.
Okay, yeah, we talked about a lot of good things about the episode, but the funny thing is, it's weirdly not that high ranking for us overall for the Kickstarter era.
It's not a bad episode.
Yeah,
It's just not something that personally drives with me.
yeah, like, I like the episode. I like a lot of what it does. Like, as a Tom and Jerry fan, I'm relatively satisfied with what we got, but there's just something about the episode that doesn't make it, like, groundbreaking for me. And it's not, again, it's not a bad episode in the slightest, but it also just, like...
I guess part of the reason why these episodes don't really do anything for me, like these cartoon-centric episodes, is because I never really grew up with these shows. Like, I never really grew up with Courage or Scooby-Doo. I knew of it, and I watched a lot of it, but I didn't necessarily grow up with it. Same with these two series. I never really grew up with Tom and Jerry. I still watched some of it, but not all of it. And I didn't really grow up with Looney Tunes a whole lot. I would just catch some if I was allowed to stay up late. That's my thing.
Yeah, that's entirely fair. It's just like, and this episode does have like a lot of good things. Like, don't get us wrong, but it just doesn't like. I guess one of the things it kind of does rely a lot on being nostalgic for the cartoons, because like a lot of the gags are really funny. A lot of them get enhanced more if you've like actually been a fan of like both cartoons from like way back in the day. And aside from that, I guess the music also does help a lot. It feels like a perfect track for what you would expect from both the franchises, with like using both the themes from both shows. But at the same time, this is also like our first proper instrumental track since Among Us vs. Fall Guys, I think.
Oh yeah, huh. The rest have been vocal tracks.
Yeah, all vocal, with Cheap vs. Doomslayer was close to being instrumental, but they did have some, like, they did have an choir chanting in it. Aside from that, other things to say, just, like, yeah, no, it's just, again, it's a good episode. Absolutely nothing wrong with it. It's just doesn't necessarily click with us as much. I guess another thing for me is, like, the last episode happens to be, like, my favorite episode of the entire franchise, of the entire all of Death Battle right now, so...
Like, Simone vs. Kyle had some of the best spectacle in Death Battle history. Like, come on.
Yeah, again, there's nothing against this episode. I think another thing was, like, we've been expecting this one the longest out of all the Kickstarter promised episodes. And this one was also, like, you know, it was a Tournament of Champions winner, so, like, it also kind of did have, like, a lot of hype to live up to, which I wouldn't say it necessarily reached it, but it's not, like, too far away. Yeah, like, yeah, not a bad episode in the slightest, but, like, we personally didn't, like, find ourselves super completely invested in it, if that makes sense.
Yes.
So with that said, let's get to the next time, which...
On Death Battle!
Subscribe and join as a member to see more Death.
I like how it uses their hero names. It's not Miles Morales versus Izuku Midoriya, it's Spider-Man versus Deku, and I like that.
Yeah, that's great. And I think I know a lot of people are happy about this one because this was like one of the more popular ideas for both back then. Though now that like Deku's gotten a lot stronger and Miles has gotten some new things in the comics, I definitely think it could be an interesting episode. We'll see. Though I think what surprises me the most is that we're getting this one at like such a time because like Deku's last appearance was season 9.
Yeah, he was last season, and we also had Shigaraki.
Season before last. And
we got.
Yeah, we had Shigaraki.
I guess to be fair, I think Omni-Man has just as fast a turnaround as Deku has.
I think Deku's gap was a little bit shorter because Omni-Man was like first first half of season 9, while Deku's was second last of season 9. So Deku had a bit of a smaller gap in overall. I think the thing that, again, surprised me most is how we're getting this one so soon after Shigaraki versus Mahito already had My Hero on the show. But then I think they mentioned nowadays they're like Death Battle's gonna put out they're working on multiple episodes at the same time, and like whichever one's done first, they'll have it put out. I think that's what their newest style is gonna be, from what I remember.
Oh, I didn't.
So I guess it makes sense they were able to get this one done pretty quickly because they already had a lot of My Hero research stuff done. And they did do some Marvel stuff. They did cover Marvel stuff with Ghost Rider, so I imagine there wasn't too much for them to have to fully research out, since Miles doesn't have as long of a history compared to some of the other Marvel characters.
I wonder if this is going to be a Sprite fight. We've had one.
Yeah, the last time was Ghost Rider versus Spawn, I think. Yeah.
Oh no, we've had 2, because Joker versus Giorno.
Oh yeah, Joker versus Giorno. Yeah, that too.
Also, if you want to technically count it, Among Us versus Fall Guys starts with sprites, but it also transitions into mainly hand-drawn, so...
Yeah. Yeah, I think, I will say though, since this wasn't an episode anyone was expecting...
Fight. Hold on. What if this is the Torian fight?
Both Miles and Deku do have both Miles and Izuku, they do have 3D models. So
yeah, pretty good ones too. And I think this is the kind of fight that Torian would excel at.
Oh, that's actually not a bad theory. That's the Torian episode for this.
What if this is actually the Ismahawk live action fight?
That would be funny. But yeah, no, I think, Torian, I think this could be a pretty good choice if this is Torian's episode.
Wait, don't they normally show teasers of the actual episode when they show the next time? Did they show, a bit of the animation? Because I know they did that before with some episodes.
They did that for... It could be just this part right here. Because sometimes they won't necessarily show a preview, but sometimes they'll just show the environment of where the fight will take place. Because they did that for Shigaraki versus Mahito, and I think they kind of did it for Simo versus Kyle. I think I don't know. It might be a preview. It might not be. I think the last time they properly showed a preview was Ghost Rider versus Spawns. But yeah.
Oh yeah, it looks like it's just showing the venue because Shigaraki versus Mahito has the subway.
Yeah. So yeah, honestly, I'm looking forward to this one because honestly, I think both Miles and Deku do deserve better episodes than what they got.
I mean, Miles' episode wasn't bad. It was just the start of one of the worst modern seasons.
Yeah, it's also a little bit clunky here and there, and Deku versus Asta
Actually,
sucks.
I think it's probably the better animated puppet-style animation from that season. But Deku, oh my god, he needs a better puppet.
Yeah, Deku versus Asta is really bad, guys.
Yeah, just feed Asta to Natsu or something and I'll be happy.
Anyways, yeah, I guess with that said, I guess we can wrap things up. As always, I'm Sam.
And good evening, my name is Immortal.
And we'll see you all next time. Bye.
Have a good one.